What up, everybody? We're back with another episode of Backpacking Bros. We're going to actually start with our vacation.
Yep.
We're going to start with Phuket when we landed there, how it was, the culture shock, everything about that.
Yeah.
So, you want to start?
So first, we're going to start it off with get to Phuket, arrive, you're hit with the biggest culture shock. Like, it's crazy to explain because it's like you almost don't want to leave your room. You have to force yourself to get out and explore because you're just so in awe. You don't know what to do. The streets are packed. There's stuff you've never seen before, not even in movies.
Yeah, absolutely. And not to mention just the time zone change. You just want to get there and you just want to sleep.
Yeah, it messes you up.
Yeah, if it was me, I would have stayed in the room for like 2 days because it's way too fast paced there. Mm-hmm. Especially when you're like, just came back from like an 18-hour flight. It's crazy. So another thing that helps with culture shock is getting to know the locals and their kind of pace, right? So what we did was we seen like 15 people playing soccer. Yeah. So we just jumped right in.
First save, no big deal. Just trying my best out here. Oh, this is what I didn't want. No. Okay, good, it's out. In. That's what I like to see. Saved one so far, like no big deal. Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Opposite teams.
Yeah,
lead scores of the teams.
Yeah, we each got 2 goals. It was crazy because we weren't expecting to do good at all, but kind of a big deal over there now.
Yeah, they probably still know our name.
They still talk about us probably, you know?
Of course. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. And another problem we had was air conditioning in the room. So for 4 or 5 hours straight, we had no air conditioning. So it was like we were just sweating the whole time. It was the same temperature as it was outside, which is like insanely hot.
Yeah.
So on your key, it has a little card kind of attached to it, and you put that into this one outlet on the wall for pretty much every hotel we stayed at.
Yeah.
And you get air conditioning, so that's a tip, so you don't go through the same thing.
Yeah, exactly, because you definitely don't want that. We were sweating, like we didn't know what to do.
We were gonna switch hostels,
and like that's a big thing too. Some hostels that we stayed at didn't have AC either.
Yeah.
So the first activity is kind of what to see in the day, nightlife and everything. I'm going to start off with the Wat Chalong Temple. That's the oldest and most visited temple yearly by tourists in Phuket, and definitely go there because it was crazy to us. That was our first temple we've ever been to. The artwork was amazing. It basically narrates Buddha's life from the ceiling illustrations to the wall illustrations, but there's definitely a lot of things you have to know before you go to the temples.
Yeah, so definitely do the research beforehand because this one's easy. You got to take your shoes off, and most of them that's not usually a big deal. The other one is a lot of them. Some women can't go in, and it's just how it is. So just make sure you know exactly which temples have this and don't have this.
Yeah, so you're not disappointed when you get there. Also, long sleeves, no shorts, no short sleeves. You could still probably get in, but it's just more of like a respectful thing, just not to do. No hats, anything like that.
Yeah.
But next thing we're going to talk about too was probably my favorite thing I saw in the daily attraction, the Big Buddha.
Yeah, definitely one of mine too. It's just there's little Buddha statues, like pretty big ones, set up all along this place. There's little markets where you can buy stuff. There's even an ice cream stand, which is perfect because it's really hot there. It's not too far of a walk, so it's perfect if you don't want to like be sweating the whole time. Then they have finally a huge big Buddha at the top. And they have a little forest, and you just walk around. There was still monks there doing their practices. So.
Practices and doing meditation and everything like that. And one thing too, be respectful. Don't be going in there and like yelling, just causing like a ruckus or anything like that because it's so disrespectful to the people. And we saw this girl put a selfie stick right in front of one of their faces. Like, bro, we couldn't imagine. We were 21 and 19, and we knew that was like one of the most disrespectful things we've ever seen in our whole lives.
Obviously, it'd be so annoying.
Yeah. So also to add on the Big Buddha, there's a separate area where you get these kind of like gold leaves, and you just they give you a Sharpie, and you just write on them, right? We wrote a couple of them. We're gonna show them in the video, but it's basically kind of like wishes and just things you want to be like known, whatever. And also it's cool because it's there forever now.
Exactly, yeah. And there's all different spots you can pick. It's really nice.
Yeah. And so we weren't in Phuket for too long. We actually were there, and then we took a boat right to Phi and stayed a couple nights. So we're gonna talk about the nightlife now. The nightlife in Phuket, still my top 3 nightlife from all the trip, actually the whole world right now. It's insane, and it's one street.
It honestly, bro, for the first night, it was way too crazy. All I wanted to do was just stay back at the hotel. Like it was nuts.
Yeah, I've never been in a place. You walk down the street, it's like you're in a dream. You're looking all over the place. You don't know what's going on. People are telling you go to this show, go to this club, go to this bar. You get a free drink, and it's like one after another. There's a bunch of ladies of the nights trying to grab you.
Yeah,
a couple grabbed him.
Just be careful where you where you look, because if you look at somebody, they take that as like, you know.
Yeah, like you're down for it, like we're not down for it. So the best thing to do is keep your eyes just straight ahead. Don't go looking around for anybody.
Yeah. Be cautious over it.
Yeah, and so yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do on Bangla Road. Honestly, like we're gonna go back. We plan on going back on a trip, and we're definitely gonna experience it like we should, not just walk through kind of like honestly scared a little bit. And also, there's a really cool arcade on Bangla Road.
Oh, yeah.
You can't miss it.
Like
The light,
really nice,
it lights up half the street.
They have VR too?
They have the virtual reality. We walked in and people had like the headsets on, and they were like boxing, they were shooting.
Yeah.
And we went back, we played some of the basketball at the arcade, but definitely gonna take advantage of that next time. Really cool.
And okay, everybody's thinking everything is so cheap there.
Yeah, we want to call BS on that.
Everything that's touristy is very expensive.
Yeah.
Everything that is kind of like how the locals do it, very cheap.
Mhm.
So if we're drinking and pre-gaming before we go downtown, we're going to 7-Eleven.
Best place there.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people think like, oh, I don't like how they add 7-Eleven to different places and like blah blah blah. But trust me, it's not a 7-Eleven you've ever been to in your life.
Yeah, they have everything. Everything's really good price. The beer is super cheap. You can get a big thing of Chang, which is like the second most popular beer there.
Best one though.
$2.
Yeah.
$2, and yeah, definitely the best beer.
Chang is definitely the best. So go for that when you guys are there. They have seaweed, they have snacks, they have chips that taste like shrimp or lobster. It's not bad too.
Yeah. If you're going to a club and you're backpacking, you have to pregame, or else you're spending tons of money.
It's not an option because we've had pitchers before, $30 American.
Just for a couple of beers.
Yeah, for a couple beers each. Not worth it. So go there, get your $2 beers from 7-Eleven. You can drink them walking down the street.
Yeah, pretty fun.
Yeah, really good time. And last, we're going to talk about transportation, the best way to get around.
Okay, so the best way to get around is tuk-tuks. A lot of you probably heard about them or been to places with them. They're super popular. We had no idea what they were.
No.
They're like little dune buggies that are like reasonably priced, and they're more fun because everything is open. So it just seems like you're going really fast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, tuk-tuk is definitely the best way to get around. You could also, if you're there for a long period of time, you could hire a driver.
Yeah.
Which is something a lot of people do if they're staying there for like 3 days to maybe a week. But backpacking, a lot of times you don't even know where you're going to end up, where you're going to be. So for us and for most backpackers, I don't think that's the way to go. But if you're there on like a vacation, strictly in one spot, definitely a good idea.
I would do that if I was on vacation from one spot. But
yeah,
the whole point of backpacking, you're always on the go.
Yo, yeah.
The problem with hiring like a tuk-tuk driver the whole time, you don't get the tuk-tuk driver's number. And that means that you don't know, you can't change the time that you set. So they're coming, if you say 11, they're coming at 11.
Yeah.
You have no choice.
And they're going to be pissed.
Yeah, and they usually charge more money. So just be cautious of it. Think about what you want to do before you actually do it.
Yeah, definitely be careful of that. Also, one thing you guys might be wondering is why haven't we talked about Phi Phi Islands or the full moon party and that? We're going to get to that on a separate video because there's so much to cover. Honestly, we could do a whole video just on Phi Phi Islands. One of the craziest times.
We're going to do a whole video.
We will do it, yeah. Talk about the full moon party. We've never been there, but we really plan on it. And that's it for today.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Subscribe if you like. We're the Backpacking Bros. Thank you guys so much for the support.
See you guys next Monday.